here. I'm using QuickTime Player. I'm doing new screen recording. When I do new screen recording, a window will pop up and it will give me the opportunity to choose what the audio input is. This is very important. So if you're wearing headphones and you think that you're recording into your headphone mic, that's not going to work unless you select that you're using an external audio box. Once you open QuickTime Player and you choose record, you will find that that is the case. Okay, so let's just get right in here. We have live opened. I can either continue on this session or I can say new live set. Proceed, yeah. So when I first have a new live set open, I come to this window. To toggle between the two windows, go into the upper right hand corner. Number 2, going over how the cursor actually works. So going up into the top bar, you can zoom in and out between a track this way, in this direction. I think you can do it on this side. Maybe not. There's some way to do that. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Coming into if you have a track, which we're going to pull up a track from the desktop, from Audio Alchemy to MP3s, the folder that's going to be filled is going to be the 30-second clips, happily and thank you. The MP3s are here. Let's take Too in Love Too Late, bringing it right in here to the timeline, just going to drop it there. And you noticed what happened is it dropped it in as an audio track, not a MIDI track. So looking over on this side, if you do have a MIDI track, that means you're attaching an external computer MIDI keyboard. And if I had recorded onto this track, it would be recording the external MIDI track, which I don't believe that we have a track here for it. I don't believe that we're plugged in with the keyboard. No. So let's just stop that. To make a 30-second clip, you'll take the timeline, the search bar up on the top, and expand it to be able to find where the clips actually log on and finalize on the timeline. To start with, if we listen to this track here, okay, I'm going to look on the timeline. It says that it's at 83. If I scroll to the bottom, then I'll be able to click on the track here, and I'm going to examine what the actual true BPM is. It is 83, and that's where this is listed right here. So I can come back to the timeline, stop that there, and I'm going to choose a place. First, the fastest way to do it is to go into the beginning. When you take the cursor and you bring it in between the space where the numbers are and the track actually exists, you'll get a small microphone. This will allow you to listen to the tracks at the place where you tap the keyboard. So I would probably, to make an appropriate 30-second clip, I'll look for articles on this, or you can do research, maybe we'll share it later, is to take maybe a bar or two of one part and then a bar of another part. So you can also make several 30-second clips, and you can find which ones you like. So just looking at the track, looking at the timeline, I can see that there's some change in the wave file here. So I'm just going to hold the cursor here. The timeline shows the numbers at the bottom, and this will show you where relatively a 30-second clip is. So you'll be going from 40 to 70, or 40 to 110, if you will, because that's 60 seconds. But it only goes to 60 down at the bottom. You can change this to a different time leader. If you find where that is, please let me know. So for Music Soup to come in, most likely I'd give them a slow part first so that they are intrigued and then they get excited. So you might even want to go towards the end here. Let's see. Kind of dramatic. And then at this point they get it. So then I'd end it probably right about here. To select that part, I wouldn't go this far back. I mean, it's cool because he has this kind of steppy thing, and then the track comes in. So maybe if it were, this might work. Kind of a build up, but, and then right there, that is actually a pretty good, that's a pretty good, so I'd select here. You say split head at playlist, so it says split, and make sure that you have this part selected. Whoops. So I'd probably go right here. This is cool. It's kind of stepping, so I kind of start it, whatever. Start it in the middle of the bar if you want. So right here. This is a cool place, but you have to have this portion selected. Make sure that it's light over here. I'd take all the rest of the other tracks off. I mean, there's nothing on them, but say if there was, make sure you take that off first. Set the playhead here. Split at playhead. Excuse me. Again, this split did not show up there because I'm not on the clip that's going to be split, so now it will show up split. So because my cursor was here, it didn't show that there was any split. See, it's not highlighted, and if I go up here, you can see edit. Well, split's not there because that's already where it's split. There's split, shows up again. Okay. So you can blow up the track a little bit. It's cool to start in the middle of the measure because we know what our BPM is. That is the only reason why the lines are following on each place where there is a change in measure tempo. We're at 83 and the bars and beats are following along with the song at that BPM. Right now I have 2 measures here before I get to a split. I'm just going to pull it back and start at the middle of a measure and just give them a tease at this, and then I can already see, let's see, 30 seconds. Let's just do a split like right over here, which is at right past 210. Edit, split, bam, and now I can look at this section and pull this back. So again, let's end it in the middle. Let's just end it in the middle of the bar, or the beginning to the next bar. That's probably like a better situation. So let's just trim it back to about, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So let's end it here. See how the end, this is how it's going to end. Okay, so that's a pretty good end. Now to make the end really good, I'm going to blow it up super big, and you'll have the opportunity to see how there's a lot of noise here at the end. If I want to, I'd probably go and end the measure right here is a better place before I have all this noise. But if you do end it at a place when you hover over the timeline, then bam, you can make a fade. Beautiful. Now listen, before we heard kind of a popping song. You can rewind the video and listen to it. But we had I have to make it a little bit smaller to hear it. So now listen. Okay, so now it ends kind of clean. Okay, it's cooler to like maybe end a little bit with some movement at the end, probably about here. And the reason why I'm saying here is that we have a high point and going to a low point. Let's just see how this sounds. Sounds a little better. The last one sounded really dead. Okay, I mean you can give them that, or you can have it fade out. Do actual fade out. That might be too. Let's see. Bring it in a little tighter. Okay, so that's all right. Just we'll find a way to optimize the 30-second clips, but that will work right now. So the 30-second clip again. Here we go. The whole thing. Blah. So I started in the middle of a measure there. We've got 4 full measures before we get into the big hit. Bam. Okay, so they get it. And then we go all the way through, and then we're going to have like sort of a bigger nice point over here. Give people time to dream. Okay, so I ended there. If you want to, you can end at the maybe there. That might be a better ending. So going back, listening to the ending. Okay, that's a little bit better of an ending. I mean, if you want to examine the track, find out, you can be musical about it. It's cool. So that might be a better ending right there. I'd even go so far as to say like right there. That's probably better. I'd probably say right there. So I had it blown up a little bit too tight to be able to see the whole painting of this music, the whole stroke. So I think this is a better ending. We can be musical with the 30-second clips. These are custom hand-built music 30-second clips. The fade on this might be a little too tight. Let's bring it back. So there you had like a little ending, but with no clip. It's still, you could hear there's a little tweak at the end. So bring that over. That's better. So that took out the little tweak that was there. Then we take this, and this is the clip that we like. Sounds super dope. Take it and file export. Just to be sure, if you want to, right click. If you're on your Mac, you're going to be holding down the command key. The button that says control. And if you want to, you can deactivate the clip. You can deactivate the one in front. But your cursor is not going to be affecting these anyway. So, but if you want to, you can deactivate the clip. So what you will be exporting is from bar, 36 to bar 45.5. File, edit, export, and export audio and video. And mine are deactivated because I don't have my Ableton Live made. So wait for the end of the exporting in the next video. Thank you.